Shalom, excuse me, shalom. This is Kapari, aka Pops, at a gym at Chicago with another quick sit down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, I want to send double honors because they do rule well with a brethren around the world, pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down prophecy and interaction with people on the planet. Basically declaring wanted send salutations for the hopefully elect. I want this for the hopefully elect. I hope this is edifying for the aqua, the fear and the truth that's listening sincerely and charity to keep doing so. But for the scorn and scoffer reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations that's in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it's only going to get worse. You know what's happening, or you're going to know what's happening if you still don't want to know what's happening. Anyway, this is out of learning the ancient Hebrew language, okay? Because like I said, you know, you got these this Assyrian Hebrew that's got these Messianic vowel consonant sounds and everything that's put on it. That was done somewhere between the 3rd and the 6th century, I believe that is. And with that having been said, you know, you got these sounds and whatnot. And so it's unnatural. Hold on one second, let me double check something. Okay, like I said, I wanted to double check something. But anyway, like I said, the Mezrites added the vowel sounds, points and sounds to the Hebrew language from, I said the 3rd to the 6th century, but actually it's more like from the 6th to the 10th century, okay? You know, you got different things that popped up and whatnot, you know. And you see they don't want to deal with the Zephaniah 3 and 9. You know, I just had this big boo-ha with my nephew, just trying to break some simple things down, but all it did was just show that he's definitely a 2/3 because of the fact that, you know, as a military man, you know, you would think that he would be able to understand, you know, the things that the enemy will do, but he doesn't want to see who the enemy is, so that leads him, you know, just assed out, per se. So anyway, like I said, you know, the Lord said that he was going to leave us, or going to return to us, you know, the pure Hebrew language, pursuant to Zephaniah 3 and 9, and, you know, things like that, you know. And, you know, it said that the name would be, you know, dreadful among the heathen. So, you know, but this precious name that the world want to call on Jesus, which is buckets and don't mean shit, and does have no salvational value to it at all, is basically just a setup and a stumbling block to take the 2/3 down. So it is what it is. You know, but like I said, between the 6th and to the 10th century, you know, just certain things came up. Like, you know, by the 16th century, you know, you got a scholar, a professor of Hebrew at the College of Royal in Paris, you know, trying to put his spin on the Hebrew language. And the world rolled with it and went with it. So anyway, in a nutshell, we're going to get into some of these sounds and things of this nature and go from there. We'll start off with something basic, though. So we're going to go over here to proceed to learn. You know, let's just deal with some things. Understanding, let me see, which one we want to do. Because I did one of these a long time ago, so let me go to some basic greetings. Basic greetings, right. You know, like thank you. We'll go with thank you, okay? It's going to say it, and then, like I said, you know, let's just go with it. Okay, so let's listen to what it's going to say.
Tawada.
Okay, it says Dawada, or the water. Okay, you know, like I said, tomatoes, and this, that, and other. You know, it says Dawada, and my enunciation of it is the water. Okay, please, you know, um, I learned please as Baba Gusha, but it says this
Baba Kwasha.
Baba Korsa,
Baba Kwasha.
Baba Kwasha, but you know, my enunciation is that of Baba Gusha. Okay. Um, okay, so like I said, I wanted to find some simple phrases and whatnot. Okay, so I'm gonna let you hear how it says. Okay, one, as you can look at the spelling on this, it says Y-A. It's supposed to be Y-A-H-A-W-A-H for Yahweh, but it's got an O there. Okay, but the sounding is actually correct. So I'm not going to fault them on that because the sound is that, even though the spelling is incorrect. Okay, because there is no O's in the Hebrew language. Okay, but I'm gonna let you hear what it says.
Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh. Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh.
Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh. Okay.
Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh. Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh.
Anya Ka, and I guess the way I would say it was Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh.
Anya Ka Abanawa Yahweh.
Okay, but you see at the bottom here where it says I like our Father Yahweh. That's a tetragram. And like I said, there's been moments and times when I was here at work and would show that in my apocrypha, and the issues wouldn't say that word because it is dreadful among the heathen. Okay, it is dreadful among the heathen. They know they can't say that word, but they have no problem saying Jehovah and Yeshua and all these other things. So that's how you know that name isn't correct. So like I said, just a quick little touch on a lesson as far as the Hebrew language, the pure ancient Hebrew, and the correct ways to say it. You got to know because you got to have those names. Like I said, are you going to necessarily be fluent in Hebrew? No, but you got to know the name of the Father and the Son in the Hebrew, because you got to be able to call on those names to get salvation, pursuant to there's only one name under heaven which man can be saved by. Okay, so there's only one name, and between that and Zephaniah, you got to have that name to be able to call on salvation. Okay, you got to know who to ask for forgiveness to, and you got to be able to call his name correctly. Period. Okay. So I hope that's brief and enlightening. With that, you know, and edifying in the process. So hey, this is Kapari, aka Pops out of GMS Chicago. Again, sending all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York. Again, double honors, because they do real well for the brethren around the world, pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down prophecy and interaction with people on planet. Again, declaring wanted salutations to you brothers. For the hope that's enlightening, like I said, for the to the elect, the aqua, fear and truth, listening, sincerity, charity, keep doing so. But for scorn and scoff and reprobate 2/3 Israelites that insist on calling on Jesus and Yeshua and all these other names, and can't wrap their names around, wrap their minds around these correct names, and the 17 other nations that's outside of the ability to be able to be saved anyway, because salvation is only for the election of Israel right now. You know what? Between you all and the 17 other nations, a ball.